Also need to get you a gallon of distilled water. Why distilled water? Because tap water has minerals in it that can eventually start rusting and corroding your system from the inside out. Okay guys, so today I'm going to show you how to change the coolant in the 2015 Toyota Highlander. First things first, safety glasses are a good idea, of course. Gloves are a good idea as well. Okay, now up under the front of the vehicle, we're going to take down this front cover, and I'll preface this by saying that you do not have to take this down. If you have a little hose, you can stick up in this hole right here to get to the petcock on the bottom of the radiator. This is a very small hole, and if you don't have a hose, you can snake up in there. You're going to make a mess. But I'm just going to take the cover down. I think it'll be just as easy. It's just a series of 10mm bolts, just a few of them, and this cover will come right down. And now we can clearly see the petcock right here. We're going to turn that knob counterclockwise to let all the coolant flow out of the radiator. And it goes without saying that you need to do this when the engine is cold, because if not, you can scald yourself. And we're going to get our catch pan right ready. And we'll come up top and we'll take our radiator cap off. And that'll make it flow a lot faster. Now while that's draining, let's take a look at our radiator cap. Looks like that it's nice and clean. I don't see any issues here, nothing to be alarmed about. No excessive gunk that we need to clean. And I can tell you, if I saw a whole bunch of gunk on that cap, I would want to come over here to our reservoir and I would want to clean that out. And I would clean that out by putting some water in there, and I would suck it out with a little vacuum pump, or a turkey baster would work just fine. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. But this reservoir is nice and clean, relatively speaking, for 200,000 miles, and there's not much fluid in it anyway. It's right down to the very bottom. If it was full, I would want to suck all that coolant out and replenish it with fresh while I was at it, but there's literally only that much left in there, and I'm not going to worry about it since everything looks nice and clean. Okay, we're down to just a drip now. I'm going to go ahead and close it off, and you just need to snug this up. It's got an O-ring on there that's going to do all the sealing for you. You don't have to crank down on it too hard. Definitely don't put a pair of pliers on it. And I'll just stick my cover back up right while I'm here. Okay, cover installed. Okay, so we're going to be replacing the coolant with the coolant that's supposed to go in it, which is the Toyota Red. It tells you right down here what vehicles this will go in. Toyota, anything from 1990 on up. So just basically look, see what kind of coolant that you have. If you have red in there, use red. But most of the time, if it's a Toyota, it's going to be red coolant. And I'm going with the concentrates. I've got to mix this. You get more bang for your buck. You need to get 2 of the 50/50s or 1 of these. I'll leave a link down in the description below. You can pick one of these up if you want to, but this is what I'm using. Also need to get you a gallon of distilled water. Why distilled water? Because tap water has minerals in it that can eventually start rusting and corroding your system from the inside out. So distilled water is the way to go. I've got an empty jug here, and I'm just going to fill it about halfway up. And that pretty red coolant, that's a lot better than what come out just a minute ago. A little bit more. All right, we're going to call that half. And I'm going to fill it the rest of the way up with my distilled water. All right, that's the most complicated part. Now all we got to do is pour it in the radiator. All right, good time to put your safety glasses on. And if I had a better funnel, I wouldn't be making such a mess, but that's all right. It'll take every bit of this first gallon of mixed coolant. Now, while I'm pouring this in, let's talk about why I'm doing this instead of doing a coolant flush. Some shops will want to do coolant flushes instead of just coolant exchanges, which is what I'm doing. But coolant flushes, in my opinion, put too much stress on the system. It can cause a leak in a system that may not be leaking, and it's really unnecessary. If you replace your coolant on a regular basis. About every 100,000 miles will be fine. If you're in a harsh climate, do it every 50,000 miles. As long as you stay on top of it, you don't need to flush your system out. The radiator holds the majority of the coolant anyway, so when you do a drain and refill of just the radiator, you're draining most of the fluid anyway. Alright, I've got to mix a little bit more. Alright, second jug. If you ever do need to do a coolant flush because you do have a lot of junk on top of your cap there, or you have seen crud bubble up at the top of the radiator at some point, you can buy flush kits. You can get them pretty much anywhere, and you can do that yourself. You really don't need to take it to a shop to do that either. Alright, so we're getting to the top here. This is the tedious part where you just got to pour a little bit, let it settle, pour a little bit, let it settle. I won't bore you with that part, but eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the funnel, put my cap on, and go in there and start the engine. Let it run for just a minute, then shut it back off before it gets too hot, and then I'll come top it back off. If it's too full, when you're trying to put your cap back on, you could just put a paper towel in there and just kind of wick some of it up. There we go. Now we won't make a total mess when we put our cap back on. I'm already making enough mess as it is here. Okay, now we may get a little spillage when we open this, so let's just be prepared. Not too bad. We got to add just a hair more, looks like. Not much. You can also take your top radiator hose and just give it a gentle squeeze. That'll help work out any air pockets. So you can see about how much that I've used. About 1.5 gallons of mixed coolant. And just secure your radiator cap. Okay, I'm just going to clean this reservoir just a little bit so we can see what we're working with here. And we're going to top our reservoir off with a little bit of coolant. And I'm going to take a Sharpie marker and I'm going to mark right where the full line is, just so I can see it pretty easy. And I'm just going to top off our reservoir. Alright, that's to the full line, and we are done. The only thing we got to do now is to take it for a quick test drive, come back and check the fluid level in the reservoir, and the job will be all done. Okay guys, that's all it is to it. Now you know how to change the coolant in your Toyota Highlander. It's totally DIY. It's not that hard. I'll leave a link to the tools and the coolant that I use down below, so you can check it out if you want. Your viewership is what makes these videos possible. And speaking of videos, there's another one on the screen right now that just may help you. God bless you. We'll see you next time.